And first tonight, live performances are starting to return to the Strip. Well, thanks for joining us on TV, Fire TV, or wherever you're streaming us. I'm Ty Quinones. Trisha Keene has the night off. But before those acts can take the stage, there are some new guidelines. And 13 Action News reporter Astrid Mendez is live now with what local venues need to do. Astrid.
Todd, the show can go on now, and many local acts are taking special steps to make sure their audiences stay safe.
Please put your hands together for your opening act.
It's opening night at the Delirious stand-up comedy show.
Is all night going to be about COVID? No!
The show had its first opening night last year, but this time around, things are very different, from the room location to the setup.
Our stage is 25 feet away from the first row of customers. We're sanitizing every one of our tables and chairs in between shows. We have everything distanced 6 feet apart, which is the mandate, and everybody has to wear a mask.
This is in compliance with the updated state guidelines announced today. Now, vocal performers, including singers, magicians, and comedians, have the ability to remove face coverings during any performance when a face covering cannot be worn due to the nature of the performance, as long as social distancing is always maintained. State officials encouraging face shields as an alternative. Before, performances could only remove it during performances in certain spaces. These relaxed guidelines come as Nevada health officials recently flagged Clark County for an elevated coronavirus transmission risk for a second time. Local doctors say they are worried about increase in cases in the following weeks.
I think it was inevitable, and there's a lot of factors involved. I mean, some of it may be people just sort of letting their guard down, not really adhering to the best control measures that we have, which are really the social distancing, trying to avoid large settings, large crowds.
Dr. Dijon says that as long as the rules are followed, reopening can still be possible.
You know, I'm all for things opening if it's done in a way that's reasonable and careful.
Performers said that if it wasn't safe, the state would not have relaxed the rules.
Well, I have to believe that it is. Otherwise, I would imagine the government wouldn't allow us to do it. And again, so this room generally would be able to. The capacity for this room is roughly 160 people. The guidelines say it has to be 50% of that, so we could technically have somewhere around 80. We're actually only going to seat somewhere around 50.
Nonetheless, people who decided to attend tonight had several laughs behind their masks.
We've been practicing social distancing since it was called Get Off Me.
And with the guidelines loosening up a little bit, we could see more live performing opening up in town. And about those COVID-19 numbers, health officials say that we need to see our test positivity rate go down before we are actually unflagged. Reporting live from downtown, Astrid Mendez, 13 Action News.